Okay, summary is as follows. The Rebbe says, based on something that we see in the Lashon of the Rambam, and also based on the Medrash on this week's Parsha, that there's two levels in Torah. One is how it's a Keser Torah. Keser affects a roimus in the person that learns, and in that way, the Keser is something that raises the person higher, makes the person higher, and it's comparable, it can be compared to the Keser Kahuna and Keser Malchus, but it's higher than that. Then there's something in Torah that is completely beyond that. It's not even comparable, you can't even say one is close to the other. That's the idea of Mamzer Talmud Chacham Koydem L'Kohen Gadol HaMa'aretz. That's the level where Torah, when I learn it the way I'm supposed to learn it with bittul, is a type of learning where I become a king through it, because it's not Hashem is telling me something to do. I am saying Hashem's words. I have Hashem within me. I'm like a microphone. I'm like a speaker. I'm not someone on my own. This has to do with the idea of Matan Torah, because through the bittul of Nasa before Nishma, so then we are ensuring and bringing about that when I'm hearing, I am hearing and listening to Hashem's words. It's not about me. It's not about my understanding. I am here only about the kavan of Hashem. And that's why I am saying Nasa before Nishma. And this also expresses itself in the other way as well. That Gadol Talmud Shemevil de Maisa. That if my Talmud, if my learning is completely bottled to the Dvar Havai that's in me, so then I'm not going to say, oh, I'm enjoying learning so much, how can I go ahead and do? How can I go out and help another Yid? No, it's not about my enjoyment. It's not about my understanding. It's about my bittul to Hashem. It's about my bittul to Torah. And therefore, the Gadol of Talmud, when do we reach the greatness of learning, the bittul to the Eibishter? Only when I bring it down in action. But not everybody is at that level. So that's the two things that the Medrash says. The first thing that the Medrash says is the higher level. The level where the person is Pnei Kos comes before, the level of Mamzer, Talmud Chacham, Koydem L'Kohen Gadol HaMa'aretz, that even if the person himself is on the lowest level from his physical body because he's a Mamzer, but if he's a Talmud Chacham, if he is completely joined with Hashem, that he's completely bottled to Hashem, so even a Kohen Gadol, that's like the closest place to Hashem. He's in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the closest place it could be. It's still not as close as having Hashem in me. But if the person's not at that level, so you can have the level at least of Bnei Kahas, because they were carrying the Aron. They didn't really make it part of them. They were just carrying it. They are still before the Bnei Gershon, which was the avodah of mitzvahs. Because mitzvahs is still further than the mile of Torah. And then the Rebbe says that the fact that Bnei Gershon comes gam heim after the Bnei Kos is also to express this idea how Gadol Talmud Mevil de Maisa. From the Bnei Kos, from the level of Torah, you have to come into the level of Maisa, the Bnei Gershon. And the same thing is in the Maila of the Bnei Yisachar that were about learning Torah. Who came before them? Yehuda. Yehuda was about Mesiras Nefesh, about Bittul. And that Mesiras Nefesh and that Bittul is meant to be the main thing that I'm expressing in my learning Torah. My Torah is so powerful that brings me the total Bittul. I'm even going to jump into the sea just to be able to get to the Torah. And this is the two ways, if Parshas Nasi is before Shavuos, if Parshas Nasi is after Shavuos, or like this year where Nasi comes both before and after Shavuos, it's because there's both things. There is the Nasa before Nishma, that makes sure that the Nishma is with Bittul, and then there's also the Gadol Talmud Shemevil de Maisa, that when is Talmud the greatest? When it comes down into action, that you're showing that your Bittul is so great, that you're even willing to go out of yourself, put yourself on the side. It's not about me, it's about getting the job done.
Oh yeah.